gather around, courtside junkies and lovers of a dark horse revolution. We are back in business with a story that is absolutely blowing up the internet right now. Listen carefully, because this isn't some run-of-the-mill post-game analysis or boring tournament recap. Forget the leaderboards for a moment. We are dissecting a singular flashpoint that just sent tremors through the entire sport of professional tennis. An event that transformed the dusty red clay courts of Manacor, Spain into absolute ground zero for a digital hurricane that's still raging as I record this. Unless you have been living under a rock for the past 48 hours, your social media feed has been completely hijacked. You have witnessed the clips. You have stared at the snapshots. You've seen the engagement metrics go absolutely insane. The Rafa Nadal Academy just dropped the bomb of the year, and the internet response didn't just climb, it went completely vertical in mere minutes. We are looking at view counts surging into the millions and share buttons getting smashed thousands upon thousands of times, all fueling a comment section that has gone completely off the rails in every language imaginable. But to call this a surprise? That is the understatement of the millennium. This isn't just a shock to the system. It is an evolution playing out in real time. And I am not talking about graduation caps and gowns here. We already covered that ceremony back in 2023 when Alexandra completed her time at the academy as a promising junior. No, what we're witnessing now is the complete metamorphosis from apprentice to apex predator, from student to legitimate threat. The clip in question features 20-year-old Filipino phenom Alexandra riding the high of a history-making 2025 season run where she cracked the WTA top 50, slayed absolute titans at the Miami Open, and brought home Southeast Asian Games gold. And now she's back at the academy locking horns in practice with the king of clay himself, Rafael Nadal. We have all watched Rafa hit with academy cadets before over the years. It's a standard ritual on those Spanish courts. Typically, it's a polite exchange where the master entertains the pupil, lobbing easy balls to a jittery teenager who's just honored to be on the same court. But this? This was war. The footage breaking the internet displays a ferocity that caught the entire globe completely flat-footed. Ella is out there absolutely ripping forehands loaded with enough heavy topspin to genuinely mimic the man standing opposite her. And across the net, Rafa isn't taking a light jog or going through the motions. He is scrambling. We see the 22-time Grand Slam champion legend halting mid-rally, hands resting on his hips, staring down this young challenger not with the gentle gaze of a mentor, but with the genuine respect of a rival who recognizes serious danger. The text caption below the Instagram post read simply, "A memory that will last forever." But the unspoken message roared a whole lot louder to anyone paying attention. It declared that the Academy's most prized export has come back to the nest, and she didn't return to take notes or pose for nostalgic photos. She came to demonstrate her power and prove she's arrived. Why did this particular video blow up when hundreds of academy practice videos get posted every month? Why does one training session eclipse 100 others? Because folks, the backstory is the absolute secret sauce here. We are watching a warrior who mere years ago stepped onto that campus as a timid 12-year-old girl from the Philippines, a nation without any tennis dynasty or infrastructure. She walked away from her family. She left her sanctuary and everything familiar. She traded her entire adolescence for the grind on that brutal Spanish dirt. And now she marches back in as a legitimate Grand Slam contender who just cracked the top 50 in the world. The web is absolutely melting down because this narrative is pure poetry. The titan in his twilight facing the rising phoenix he helped create. The still photos of them cracking up together between points. The heated exchanges at the net where Rafa is furiously dissecting a forehand mechanic with animated hand gestures. This isn't just social media fodder for tennis nerds. It is the torch being passed in real time for the entire world to witness. And let's be brutally honest about the shock factor here. The staff at the academy, the trainers, even Rafa himself, they all knew she had talent. They engineered her game from scratch after all. But no one, and I mean absolutely no one, predicted the savagery she unleashed in Manacor this winter. She didn't fly back to Spain for a reunion tour or a casual visit. She flew in to clock in and get work done. The shot speed, the footwork, the psychological armor, it's obvious that the 2025 season forged her into something completely new and dangerous. Taking down Iga Swiatek in Miami changed her fundamentally. Smashing into the top 50 changed her. This video is blowing up for one crystal clear reason. It's tangible proof that the dream is real and the system actually delivers results. But look closer at the subtext and you'll see a warning shot fired across the bow of the entire WTA tour. Alexandra isn't asking for permission anymore. She's finished with the up-and-coming label. She is here to take over, and this video is her declaration of war. So strap yourselves in tight. We are about to dissect this footage frame by agonizing frame. We're decoding the masterclass technical tweaks Rafa was drilling into her game. We're going to rewind through the absolute madness of her 2025 season that made this meeting even possible. From the heartbreak in Eastbourne to the glory in Miami and that historic Southeast Asian Games run, we're covering the stats, the mental warfare, and what comes next for this phenom. This is the comprehensive breakdown you have been begging for in the comments. It's the tale of how Alexandra stunned the Academy, won over the King of Clay, and put the whole tennis world on high alert. Let's dive right in. First, we absolutely have to examine Exhibit A, the video that sparked this wildfire. Dropped late at night European time, it looked like just another routine practice reel at first glance to casual observers. But don't be fooled for a second. The magic is hiding in the technical subtleties that only trained eyes can catch. The first thing that hits you when you really watch closely is the audio. Shut your eyes for a second and really listen to the sound. The noise of the ball exploding off Ila's racket is a completely different beast compared to footage from 2 years ago. It's got more weight behind it. It penetrates the court. And in the video, she's going toe-to-toe trading cross-court forehands with Nadal himself without backing down an inch. Now, for those of you who don't intimately know the game, rallying with Rafael Nadal on clay is the tennis equivalent of fighting Mike Tyson inside a telephone booth. The sheer violence of the spin he creates, those insane RPMs, typically kicks the ball way up above your shoulders, which is an absolute nightmare for a smaller player to handle consistently. But watch Ila closely in this footage. She refuses to give up an inch of ground. And that right there is the shock factor we mentioned. In the past, clips from the Academy showed her camped out 2 or 3 meters behind the baseline just trying to survive the heavy hitting from top players. In this viral clip, she is glued to that baseline. She's attacking the ball early on the rise, leveraging her own southpaw edge. Don't forget, she's a lefty just like Rafa, which helps neutralize those wicked cross-court angles that destroy right-hand players. There's a crucial split second around the 15-second mark where Rafa sends a high looping ball deep to her backhand wing. Ila steps forward aggressively, slices through the court geometry, and blasts a clean winner straight down the line. The camera swings to Rafa, and he just freezes in place. He nods slowly. He cracks a genuine smile of appreciation. And folks, that single nod from Rafael Nadal is worth more than 1,000 hours of paid coaching from anyone else on the planet. That is the ultimate seal of approval from the king himself. Then the footage jumps to an intense chat at the net. This is the part where the internet detectives absolutely lost their minds trying to read lips and analyze body language. We see Rafa getting animated with his hands. His miming a follow-through motion, pointing specifically to his hip rotation. Alexandra later confirmed in a post-practice interview that the legend was tweaking the mechanics of her forehand drive. But we need to ask the critical question of why he felt the need to do this. Ila's forehand has always been her biggest weapon since she was a junior. That signature lasso whip style that directly mirrors Rafa's own iconic shot. However, during her Grand Slam exits in 2025, eagle-eyed coaches noticed that shot crumbling a bit when the pressure was at its highest. It started flattening out too much, losing that margin for error. Rafa likely spotted this technical flaw immediately and stepped in to help her dial in that crucial margin of error. That extra 10% of heavy topspin that keeps the ball inside the lines even when your nerves are absolutely fried and your hands are shaking. The still photos dropped alongside the video tell just as powerful a story. There's one incredible frame of them chilling on the bench together, towels around their necks, just cracking up at something. It's a massive departure from the usually strict military-style discipline of the academy environment. It signals a fundamental shift in the power dynamic between them. She isn't just a pupil anymore collecting autographs. She's a peer. She is a top 50 athlete in the world. She has earned her spot on that bench next to greatness. This clip didn't go viral just because of the famous faces involved. It blew up because it represents validation on multiple levels. For the Filipino faithful watching from Manila to Dubai, witnessing their champion treated like an equal by the King of Clay hits completely different. It is pure emotional gold. For the tactical pundits breaking down the game, however, it is the stuff of nightmares. Imagine a southpaw prodigy forged in Nadal's fire and now sharpening her blade under his personal watch just as she hits her absolute peak. To truly grasp the voltage behind this meetup, we need to spin the reels back to the 2025 season. That was the moment the entire script got flipped completely. Entering 2025, Alexandra was drifting outside the top 100, trapped in that unforgiving limbo between tours. She was dominating the minor leagues, but could not catch a break when it came to stacking victories on the big stage. The doubters were already starting to murmur in the shadows. Was she just another burnout prodigy lacking the physical size? And then the Miami Sunshine hit. The 2025 Miami Open is destined for the history books as the Manicure miracle. Illa slipped in via wild card, looking like the sacrificial lamb on paper for every single round. Then the switch flipped. First, she took down Katie Volinets. A clean, professional job. Next, she stunned Jelena Ostapenko, somehow weathering the Latvian's legendary heavy hitting to pull off a giant upset. She silenced the home crowd by dismantling Madison Keys, an absolute titan on American hard courts. Then came the quarterfinals, the showdown that surely had Rafa Nadal glued to his screen back in Mallorca. Alexandra Illa versus IGA Swiatek. The storylines surrounding this clash were thick enough to cut with a knife. Swiatek was the world number 2, a 5-time major winner. And get this detail, the VIP guest at Alex's own graduation ceremony. Just 2 years earlier, IGA was literally on stage celebrating alongside Alex as caps flew in the air. Now, the pleasantries were gone, replaced by a ruthless war at the net for a semi-final ticket. Illa did not just secure a victory. She shredded the script, playing with ice in her veins. She closed it out 6-2, 7-5. History was made. The first Filipino to topple a top 5 giant and crack the final 4 of a WTA 1000 event. Rafa Nadal wasted no time hitting social media. "We are extremely proud of you, Alex. What an incredible tournament. Let's keep dreaming." That digital message was the initial spark. But this reunion footage? That is a blazing inferno. However, 2025 was not just blue skies and celebrations. We cannot ignore the heartbreak at Eastbourne. That gut-wrenching final loss to Maya Lumsden where Illa actually held championship points. The trophy was practically in her hands and it slipped away. Seeing her break down in tears during the presentation was absolutely crushing to watch. Yet, who stepped up first to lift her chin? Rafa. He publicly declared it was merely the first final of many finals to come. That backstory matters enormously. The Academy has ridden the roller coaster with her. From the dizzying peaks of Miami to the crushing valleys of Eastbourne. So when she walked back through those doors this winter, shocking everyone with her sharpness, it was the return of a battle-hardened soldier wearing her scars with pride. We need to address the elephant in the room. The Rafa Nadal Academy itself and what it represents. You might watch that viral clip and see a casual rally, but you are actually witnessing a powerhouse institution at work. Alexandra Illa packed her bags for Spain when she was just 12 years old. Can you even fathom the mental weight of a decision like that? Trading the tropical warmth, home cooking, and family love of the Philippines for a strict dormitory in Manacor, where perfection is the minimum requirement. This trending moment proves their system works at the highest level. They are not just coaching technique and footwork. They are teaching the art of suffering. Nadal's entire ethos is built on one simple thing. How much pain can you withstand between the lines? Zoom in on Illa's footwork in that clip. Even when the point is over, she makes those micro-adjustments. The Academy trademark. That is the voice of Tony Nadal echoing in her subconscious. So here's what I need from you right now. If this breakdown gave you a new perspective on Alexandra Illa's journey, smash that subscribe button immediately. We are going to be tracking every single point of Illa's 2026 campaign right here. Drop a comment telling me if you think she can win a Grand Slam this year. And hit that like button if you want more deep dives like this. The surprise is over. The reality is here. Alexandra is coming for the crown, and we're covering every